the 3rd, November the 3rd through the 5th. Okay. Now the tickets are $299. You can go to the website now and purchase your ticket. If for any reason that you know that you can't make it to the actual event, there are virtual tickets that are on sale for $99. Okay, but I highly recommend that you all put it in your schedule to attend this event. Events will change your life. Right now, if you go by yourself, you are going to learn so much information, right? You're going to get so much information. You're definitely going to get some things that you need in order to grow your business. However, when you go with a team, you earn a lot. So you go by yourself, you're going to learn a lot. But when you go with your team, you're going to earn a lot because everybody is going to get that energy and everybody is going to build up that momentum. And momentum is built moment by moment, and momentum is built through events. Okay. So we definitely want to make sure that we are making plans to attend that event November the 3rd through the 5th. Okay. Now, they have this promotion going. Okay. They have a promotion going where you can actually get 2 free tickets. Okay. It's two. Uno, dos. You get 2 free tickets. And the only requirements that you have to do is, right, get 10 brand new customers with a minimum of 100 volume points. Okay. So that could be 8 sprays. You can do an 8 spray deal for 10 customers, 10 brand new customers. Guys, listen, 10 brand new customers getting 8 sprays is going to be part of half of the qualification, right? The other part is getting 2 affiliates, okay? 2 affiliates with a minimum of 100 volume points. So just think, you got to get between today and the rest of September, September the 30th, you need 12 8 spray kits, okay? Just put in your mind 12 spray kits. That's it. 10 customers, 2 affiliates, you get 2 tickets. Now, just imagine if you and 3 other people on your team got got 2 tickets, right? Guys, you can literally fund your whole entire trip for your team by getting 12 people to get the 8 volume sprays, the 8 spray package. Okay. So that is how you're going to be able to get your free tickets, guys. Please keep this in mind. We're just getting started in September. This is the September to remember. So, guys, we got to make it count. Okay. We definitely have to make it count. Now, also with the new travel merger that they have, okay, they're used to with the High Life Travel. There was a subscription with the High Life Travel. Okay. Now, with this new merger, guys, you can actually prepay for your travel expenses. Okay. There is no subscription needed. You can prepay for your travel expenses, which means if you want to put $50 into your prepay for your travel, you can do that. Okay. If you want to put $100 to the side for your travel expenses, you can do that. It's all prepaid. Okay. This is huge. Now, also with this promotion that Josh has, right? You are able, right? You are able to actually earn travel points. If you get 4 brand new affiliates, okay, 4 brand new affiliates or customers, again, remember the minimum is 100 points, they are going to give you $1,500 in travel points, okay? This is huge, $1,500 in travel points. Now, if you just add 2 more people to that, just add 2 more people, which means 6, okay? And keep in mind, we still have the global share bonuses as well, right? So if you get 2 new people from that, they are going to give you 4,000 points in travel expenses, okay? If you add 2 new people to that, which is a total of 8, they are going to give you 7,000 points in travel, right? Not to mention that's 2 shares that you just got, right? Not to mention your bonus, right? Your customer acquisition bonus, right? Not to listen, guys. They are literally giving away money. They are literally saying to you guys, or saying to us, I should say, saying to us, please, please get this. Please get this money. Please build your business. Please get your customers. Please get your affiliates. Guys, they are giving us so many incentives, right? So we definitely have to make sure that we are staying on top of that. All right. We want to make sure that we are staying on top. Yes, 2 shares of the company. So I highly recommend that you maybe go over, go over the presentation so that you can see part of the compensation plan is, we do have the global share bonus. So this is huge. Okay. This is really huge. Now, as we go on to launch our Project 100K, guys, listen, we are already 33 days in now from the day we officially launched. Now, we did our Whisper campaign in July, but because we are in alignment with the bigger vision, we did not do anything on social media. We did not tell anybody on social media. We just strictly got into our phones and called people to offer them this opportunity. August the 1st, we went viral, okay? And since that time, guys, listen, so many people are coming over to My Daily Choice. So many people are paying attention to what it is that we have right now. See, a lot of people just thought it was a thing when we were calling them on the phone, when we were telling them, hey, I have this opportunity for you. But now they actually see the momentum, right? And we have to capitalize off of this momentum. So make sure if you are utilizing social media, do not stop going into your phones, because we got a lot of traction when we were in our phones, okay? Like, we got the most traction when we were calling people, when we are in our phones, when we were creating our list. And all of this is a part of the Dare to Dream. This is why we say systems work. This is why we did this, to show you guys that systems really do work, that actually creating a list, actually getting in your phone and calling people, it works. A lot of us had the most traction when we were doing part of the Dare to Dream, which was reaching out and calling people, okay? But now that we are utilizing social media as well, those people that, we may not have in our phone contact, but we know through social media, this is how we can reach those people as well. Use the energy, okay? Use the energy. Use this energy. Guys, people are reaching out to individuals on social media based off of the banners that we're posting of other people, okay? The banners that we're posting of other people, the results that we're posting of other people, pictures that we're posting of other people. That goes to show you too that you can build your business even if you don't have your own personal results yet. You don't have to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 days, 10 days, 20 days before you get a results from taking your products. Use the testimonies of other people to start to build your business. Guys, this is a very, very exciting time. So use the energy and use the momentum. Moment by moment, this is how momentum is built, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this 4-step training, guys. Again, I'm super excited to introduce our trainer for this morning. Again, a gentleman that I had the pleasure of meeting, and I already did the introduction, so you already know how amazing and masterful this gentleman is. So without any further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and bring to the line none other than our the brand new 100K affiliate, and will soon be 250K affiliate, just like that, right? None other than the millionaire mentor himself, Mr. Jason L. Scott the First. Mr. Scott, are you there, sir?
Yes, young lady, absolutely here on the line. Thank you so much for hosting today's call, giving those updates, and make sure that you get the inspiration going on this call today. Such an amazing leader, business partner, coach, friend, mentor to thousands of people around the world. So thank you so much, Miss Nikki Alexandria. How's everybody doing today, guys? And I appreciate the accolades and everything and stuff, and even the 250K. But let me help you guys understand something in this process, man. We are all at the very beginning doing this together. That means we all have the same opportunities. No one is beneath, no one's behind. Everybody is right on time. This can be the month that we all come together and we put things in place in order for us to succeed together as a team. And this is what we all wanted, right? We all want success. So today, as I cover the 4 steps with you guys and make sure that everyone knows that it's basic steps that you do. Hold on a second, guys. Let me Coach Catherine, let me drink the pink for a second. Hold on a second. I got to drink. I'm sorry. I had to drink some of that pink real quick, guys. If you haven't been drinking the pink, make sure you drink the pink. I promise you, this pink, guys, is amazing. I love it. It's been helping on all platforms. All body synergy is coming together. So make sure, guys, when it comes back out, I'm gonna say this. I got to say it early. When it comes back out, get it. I got to get you guys to understand something. There's many people in this company who are big retailers. All right, that's from this organization. All right, this whole Project 100K. They're big retailers. When you see products, don't think you have time to get them. Don't think you can just wait and take your time. Move expeditiously to get you what you need to have for your customers. I got to say that first. Why it's in my mindset right now? Because I was thinking about it as I was pouring mine and making it today. I'm thinking to myself, most people don't have some, and people been asking me, can they get some? And do I have any left? Is because when they saw it, they figured I'll just get it later. But we're growing so fast as an organization and team that when you start promoting it, people are going to want it. And when they get it, they start getting some of it, if you take your time on getting some guys, you're going to lose out on customers. And I want you to make sure you keep your customers. So please do not wait till the last second. Think you got time in order for that to happen for yourself. So guys, just as a reminder, after we finish our 10 o'clock call, we have our big call, right, with the big team, but this is an organizational thing. This is why this is important. When you get on the big call and a big team, sometimes you're brand new people. They don't know where they belong. They just see different people. They'll start connecting to anybody and everybody all over the place. They start getting on social media platforms, start watching other people that they see presenting on the pages. They start following them and start connecting. And then when we start getting on that platform, we start giving additional classes and everything that's available. In this process of what we have going on, step 4, what we have, and I'm gonna cover to you, is really on continuing education. Part of the other continuing education is going to be when other classes are available. Never look at it as information overload. Oh, it's too much going on. It's right exactly what you need based off of your own schedule. All right, write that down. All classes, everything you see, all master classes, they're right on time. It's going to be based off of your own schedule. So when you're looking at the information, don't start panicking and start going, man, this is too much. No, it's not. It's for those who it's not too much for me, because I have to give everything that I have to change my situation. So I want everything all the time, but can I do everything all the time? There's other things that be happening. I'm like, I can't do that one because I have this with my granddaughter. I can't do that because I have this with my grandson. I normally move things around, but every once in a while, I can't do this because I have that. But that don't stop the fact that it's still happening for those who can plug in. But when we have our training courses and these master classes, they're designed for you to learn the same things that we know, that you don't feel like a foster kid. You don't feel like an adopted kid. What can happen in this industry when people don't know who they belong to or where they're connected, they start to feel alone. Listen to me, I'm telling you, this is notes. So write that down so you understand it. Make sure you plug your people into the system so people never feel alone. If you've never been a foster kid, you don't know what that's like. I'm just going from the experience of what people are telling me. If you've never been adopted, you don't know what that's like. I'm going from the experience of what people say when they understand that they've been adopted and they don't know where they belong to. If you ever been in a family structure or something and you by yourself feel like the black sheep and nobody never connects to you and you don't know what to do next and you kind of just feel alone by yourself, when you in the big team, it makes it even worse. But when you're here, we learn to make sure that everybody knows who they're connected to. This is how, when this thing starts to get even bigger for you, when you start having 1,000 people in your group, or 2,000 people in your group, they'll all know where to plug back into to get the basics. Now, that's the last thing I'm gonna say before I go into the 4 steps, right? I was talking with Damon. Now, we've been doing 4-step training forever. Before we came into this company, it's what we do. But when I was talking to Damon earlier this week, he said, listen, we got to get into this 4 steps. You got to make sure people know the 4 steps. Got to make sure that everybody, and he said, because I can see everything is going on. Too much is happening right now that people starting to get lost. I got to make sure that people start getting the 4 steps. I said, I know. I said, that's why from day one, I've been teaching the 4 steps. I said, my organization, the team, if those who've been plugged in know that we've been teaching the 4-step system. Now, I want to make sure that everybody get this. So go ahead and, if you haven't gone to teamunitytraining.com, this same packet is on this. Every time a person joins, make sure you plug them in. Everything is still new. So all of you, write this down. 910-257-4760. That's 910-257-4760. That's my phone number. 910-25, write it down, please. Don't just please write it down. 910-257-4760. I got to say it again. 910-257-4760. Nikki Alexander said 250, all right? That's done this month. Let me tell you how it's going to get done. It's going to get done from those of you who want it. Those who say, Mr. Scott, are you available? Mr. Scott, are you available? I got time right here. Can you do this right here? For those of you saying, I know you're busy, Mr. Scott. I know you're really busy, so I didn't call you because I know you're really busy. You know why I'm busy? Because there are other people who they hit 5K and 10K who ain't caring about the busyness. They ain't caring about your thoughts of you thinking that I'm too busy. They're going to call to get what they need to get. And I do the same thing. And let me tell you, I get it. My first times when I used to be building this business, Nikki, I remember me and Smith was working with a gentleman before, and matter of fact, he just launched another company, David, right? And I remember before when David Emanite, he was telling me, he was like, yo, Jason, so, yo, why you don't be calling me, man? I'm like, well, you know, I know you be busy, sir. I know you be having like a lot of stuff going on. And he was like, that's why the hell you supposed to call me. That's why you call me. What you talking about? I'm like this. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I get it. So when I'm telling you, I know you like, well, I know you busy, Mr. Scott. But he was also at the top of the food chain because other people were reaching out because they wanted, listen, I need this. And the great thing about this process is I be doing different calls at different times, and many of the calls, some of you guys can be in on it too. Some of the things that I'm training is synonymous to what you may be going through, that I say, hey, pop on the Zoom. I got to call it this time. Get on this call with this group that I'm working with. I work together individuals. I work together in groups and by the teams, everything. But what I'm doing, I'm teaching you how to do the same thing. So please do not tell me when I reach out to you, you're like, well, I know you're busy. And don't call me and say, I'm sorry, Mr. Scott, I know you're busy. If I answer the call, that's your time. Own it. You're a boss. If I answer the call, listen, write that down. You're a boss. When I answer the call, when you call, own it. I want you to take ownership because we're partners. All right. If I miss the call and I see it and you text, if I miss the call, just say, call Mr. Scott. I called you, Mr. Scott. Can you return the phone call? I'll return a text or call. I can't get to everybody all the time, but trust me, everybody knows I do my best. I'll do my best. And if I can't get you individually, I'll remind you through text or something to get on another call. All right. Are we clear on that right there? Is everybody clear on that process? Because to get this 250 this month, some of you guys are going to be like this. I'm getting 250. Some of you go like Maria Lou's going to say, Marie Lou said, I'm going to get 100K. Some of you guys will say, I'm going to get 25K. The only way anything can happen, and I'll love it because I'm not going to hold you back. If you want to get 500K and you can get there before me, you best believe I'm going to help you get there before me. On my mama, on Smith, Walter, on my mama, I'm going to make sure you get there. That's what the kids say these days. I'm saying, I hope I ain't overstep my boundaries. But that's what they say. On my mama, I'm going to make sure, guys, that I help you. Let me help you understand something. When you help other people succeed, in order for us to really get to this biggest level we want, you want to have as many people in your team, let them be free. Let them have success. Let them go be as big as they can be, because it would, now you can work other organizations and teams, still pop in and do stuff over here. Like Jimmy Hepburn, he's off the charts. His people still call me. I still make time for them. I'm still doing stuff with people in France and people in Holland. I was in a call yesterday morning. Hey, Mr. Scott, can you meet somebody from the Philippines and Holland at this time? Yes, I can. I got 11 o'clock a.m. I meet on that time right there. 12 hours difference from Philippines. I'll make sure I'm with everybody, but I want you to be in your space, because this month, all right, write that down. This month is your month. No, put this month, my month. This month, my month. This month, my month. We must own it that this month is our month. It is not, listen, the group is going to grow because of the individual. You own it that this month is your month. Are we in agreement with that? Are we in agreement with that? Let's touch and agree on that right there, guys. Let's touch and agree on that right there. Let's touch and agree right here. Honestly, man, because I want this to be your month. All the other stuff that I teach you guys right now, people can Google. They can Google 4 steps. They can read 4 steps. They can go through new notes and see 4 steps. Everybody can read it, but what's going to be the difference is what you believe in it and how you utilize the energy, because all it is a knowing that you know what the basics to do. All right, so let's get into this real quick, guys. So we can get on to what is it going to be on, Nikki? It's going to be on the join. It's going to be, no, which training? Well, do me a favor, just type in at the end when we finish here where the next training call is going to be at for the group at 11 o'clock. I got it in my phone, right? So I have it out right now, but just so you guys know that. All right, so let's get into this. Some of you guys had a chance to get to go to a team unity training already. Now, our organization, I don't like, back in the days, myself and Smith used to always go, it's team, but I want people not to really feel connected to just saying it's team. Reason why, because I don't want everybody believing that as soon as you join, you have to go say, let me create a team. Let me do a team. Let me do a team. Let me do a team. Let it be an energy that you connect to. That's why when Nikki and other leaders always start talking about unity, they say, when I had a chance to join this energy called unity. That's all it is. It's an energy called unity. And when you know it's an energy, you allow yourself to be in the presence of it. Don't feel like it's competitive in this process, because unity stands for you and I together. Yes, we're so much more together than we could ever be apart. And even there's this thing where they talk about in Africa, where in the Great Plains, when there's tribes of people that when they walk across the Great Plains and they see each other. Now, it could be open space, desert space, but when they cross each other's path, they'll stop face to face in front of each other. And when they stop in front of each other, they will stop face to face and they'll be like, Ubuntu. I am because we are. I am because you are. I am, but that means their acknowledgement is Ubuntu. Ubuntu. I am because we are. When I'm telling you about the energy, let it be the energy that you believe, because it's I am because we are. And Unity is a global organization of professionals that's dedicated to the health and financial empowerment of families around the world through education and entrepreneurship. Now, 4 steps, I like to call it 4 steps to momentum. Like Nikki said, momentum is built moment by moment. Write that down. Momentum is built moment by moment. So it is what you do every moment, because every moment matters and every moment counts. And I know that when you want this thing, life is going to get in the way and it's going to try to throw you off and it's going to cause distractions. All right. And I know it's going to be crisis, right? But do me a favor. Know that it's crisis, right? Do me a favor, write down the word crisis and then put an X over it. Many people are addicted to crisis. I want you to put the X on your crisis so you are not addicted to it. That means when life shows up, pay attention to it as it's an opportunity for growth, but it's going to be what it is. Because when you look back at your life, it all forms a logical line to the thing that happens that you normally run back to. But I can't get on the call because this happened. I couldn't show up again with Scott because this happened. I had to cancel my call because that happened. I had to do this because that happened. When you allow yourself to keep running to crisis, you can never continue on with the journey. So ask yourself, what are you doing in that moment? So when you recognize crisis, just pay attention to everything. Just say to yourself, it's a crisis, it's a situation, it's challenge, is what it is. I'll handle it when I finish this over here. All right, so just put that in your mindset so you don't go to the crisis. All right, so when we say momentum, so momentum can get you through the crisis. Step 1 is be a product of the product. And the reason why we say that is because it duplicates success quickly. All right, I always tell people, set it and forget it. Proper subscription, monthly product replacement, drop shipment, however you want to call it, is just, we like to say 120, right? So set it and forget it. This is the deal. Some people are not going to do it because they're gonna say, well, the company say you can do 40, or I see that it says 90 in order for you to be active. Yeah, to be active, you can. You can be active at 90, and there's no penal. There's not going to penalize you for being active at 90 because you're your own entrepreneur, your own boss. But there's systems and plans that we work together as an organization and group. My job is when people want to get to 100K, want to get to 200K, want to get a bigger paycheck. My job is to teach you strategies that you may not be aware of in the very beginning, that when we coach you on it, just do that. And then as time reveals itself, when we start to show you what's happening, I start going through your back office and showing you how the numbers start to come up, those things will start to be apparent then. At first, you may not understand it. You may go, well, why I have to do this when this? And it's not because of me, it's because you are going to have a we yourself. You are going to have you and your organization yourself. But what you do to your upline, your downline will do to you. So how you honor the process and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, knowing that there's a game plan. And when it's time for me to explain it to you on the whiteboard and you see how, we said, Mr. Scott, I'm trying to hit my goal. How can I hit my goal? And I said, how many people you have on 120 and this right here? And how many people are set up this way? Now, 120 is this. When you register your 120, there's several things that's going to happen with that, right? It's going to give you an opportunity for you to be what we say proper smartship for our organization and group. Let me make sure I met this person. Proper subscription for the organization and team. But we also have additional trainings that we have. The 120 training club that we have, the 120 club that we have. We actually have a place on our team site that has 120. I know Nikki was having it edited again. It says 120. I'm not sure if you put it back on since yesterday, Nikki, but it has 120. And when you put the 120 on there, you upload that you have 120 and you register your 120. We verify it every month With those who are on 120, I do drawings. And on those drawings, sometimes I'll pay your smart ship. Sometimes I'll give different things. Sometimes I give incentives. Sometimes we'll give gifts, and that's what we do. Because part of that right there is just saying how much you all the way into this process. All right. And again, there's only a few points more than the 90, but there's a purpose and reason why we do that, because I want you to be buying into it. Now, when you're on that 120, I use my 120, like myself, it's just basically 40 points times 3. Write that down, 40 points times 3. When you go into your back office, you're gonna find products that may be like 40 points, all right? Like when I did my 120 was set for me, is in my box over here. It's actually set for me to have, right? My 120 is set for me with Fuel Factor X, right? You may have your 120 set for where you actually have let's say like some shakes, or because shakes is like, if you get 2 of the shakes and 2 of that, I think like it's two packs of shakes and two things of shakes and 2 of the it's not the pink, but it's like a mango something that's about 23 points together. Those collectively is about 40 something points. All right. Now I bought that for myself, so I get it, right? So I understand it. So I actually had my first month, I put it with, let me get and order me some Fuel Factor X, because I want to use that as my sample. So if you enter a space where you need products to sample, 120, there's a 40 point subscription for some of the Fuel Factor X, and you can get 3 of those that you can use to sample, because when we sample them, we normally sample several at one time, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But you want to have enough of the sample, or if you're using your subscription for your personal, right? Because I want to make sure you understand it could be several ways how you can do it, or a few ways. That could be whether you're going to sample it or whether you're going to be sipping or using your own product. Just make sure you set it and forget it. But the very minimum that you want to be locked in on is 90. Now, let me say this as a caveat, all right? We've been doing traditionally for years, based off of the compensation plan that we was operating in the company, we were doing Smart Ship on the 6th of the month, all right? And I was doing the 6th. But I see in this and when I first came over here, I told Candace, I said, we normally do our Smart Ship on the 6th. So she said, okay, that'll work perfect. She said, because we normally tell people to do between the 1st and the 6th or something like that. She said, so the 6th will work perfect. But she was just saying, since I had it in lock, she was like, okay, that could work for you. But as I'm looking at what's happening right now, I'm recognizing that many things you can't see in your back office until you have actually did your Smart Ship. Now, you'll still be active. If you actually got started last month, you'll be active all month. You place your Smart Ship last month, all right, you'll still be active this month, but you won't be able to see anything until you do another Smart Ship. So I always recommend that people at least get themselves. That's why even when you get started, we have so many brands that you can shop for, right? We got so many brands that we shop for that even though you got started or you're active, always look to say, let me get myself in alignment so I can lock myself in on with some other product that you may have to get for yourself. And I would say on the 6th, but let's move that. I was talking to Nikki today, and just, Smith was having the same conversation. We may have to move it right around the 1st, right? Now, the reason why I had the 6th before, because I recognized that it would give people enough time to get, in our old compensation plan, it just works so everybody can be in alignment in a certain way. In this compensation plan, if it's on let me make sure you can see me. In this compensation plan, because it's on the 1st, because it's on the 6th, it may be 5 to 6 days that you're not seeing all your proper numbers the way you need to see them. So you may not be able to plan the way you need to plan and get things going on. And as an organizational, as we're partners, and we see certain things, like I may be doing something, we're all new to this compensation plan in this company. So sometimes Val will say, hey, I recognize this right here. And I'm like, I like that. Yeah, okay. Matter of fact, I did notice that. Or Nikki may say, hey, I saw this. Or Smith will say, hey, I saw this. And we'll say, let's adjust some things to make sure we're in alignment with what's happening with this company. So that's all it is. Every time something new, it shifts and changes. But based off of my experience, I make sure that I maximize it for the better. Now, let me help you understand this as well. The reason why I like for everybody to do it on the same day is this. It helps you to be able to see when you're qualified and your team is qualified on the same day. If everybody does their Smart Ship, let's say on the 1st, when it's done, it would help you see who didn't do their Smart Ship, so that way, if they didn't do it, you can still make sure you're active, because you don't want to mess out on you getting your paycheck. If people are out of alignment, somebody do it on the 6th, somebody does it on the 8th, and you got to be bound to be qualified. You're bound to be qualified when you and 2 people are active. You and 2 people at 90 points minimum, right? That's what binary qualified is, you and 2 people like this. If one is on the 6 and one is over here and one don't do it, and you thinking, okay, by the 30th, this person's supposed to do it, then by the 30th, this person don't do it, and they don't pay it, you're not gonna get your binary paycheck. Then you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be crying and saying, why nobody told me, and I'm gonna save this video, it's gonna be on YouTube, and I'm gonna say, well, I told you during that video when I posted it and I trained on it and we talk about it, so you knew for a fact that because you like, well, let me tell you how I like to do. I'm gonna wait till the last second and do it. You got distracted, you forget, or a person may forget when they don't do their smart shit, you're not active for the month. Then when you don't get paid in your binary and you were supposed to get paid for $6,000, $10,000, $20,000, $1 million, it won't be nobody else's fault. All right, am I making sense? So our job is to make sure we make people aware of it. So the best thing when we say, let's do it at the same date, that was one of the reasons why I always had people on the same date, so you can check it and you can make your own corrections. I order stuff based off of who else is not ordering. Let me order something for myself and make sure I'm qualified. Now, understand this, as we're building, some people may not have the funds and the money to do it. I get it. Just do your very best to make sure you're active as quickly as you can. As we make money, you make money weekly, you can update, but then you can just, even if you have to, because I'm saying it because I've been there. I've been there, even when I started this company, I was starting from scratch. I had to move things around, finagling stuff, things would happen a certain day. I was still doing stuff, but I had to maneuver. So I really understand it. I get it, trust me, but just make it a plan. So therefore you can get back on track. Am I making sense? That's all it is. Our job is to have these partnership discussions so we can make a plan so we all can get back on track, because you want to be on track to where you're paying your bills ahead of time, not at the last second. If you're used to doing things the last minute, our job to get on time and then get ahead of time. Write that down. Let's get on time, then ahead of time. Right? Get on, catch yourself up, get on time. So if you do on time and then start getting to the point where ahead of time. Ahead of time basically means for me, Val, that I will let volume or I will let money come from my paycheck every week to be into my account so when it's time for my smart ship, it's already there. The goal is to let in your back office, when you actually have an opportunity to let money go to your account. I know we're used to going check to check, so we want all money. All right, I get it. I come from a background of poverty. When you come from a background of poverty, poverty has its own self-perpetuating logic. We're used to robbing Peter to pay Paul, that we always trying to figure how to do it at the last second. We always feel that we say, well, I got this grace period, because in the back of our mind, we believe that it's God's grace. But the thing is this, we got to put it back to where we're not in grace period mode. Am I making sense, guys? All right, that's why we got to have the conversation first. So do your very best to lock yourself in so you can set it and forget it, and you won't get lost, and you and your organization can have success. So if you haven't placed your order yet, just place it, then reset it for the first. Some of you guys already budgeted for the 6th. So just do it between now and the 6th, but then after you do it, reset it. I already placed mine and I reset it for the next month, for the 6th of next month. All right, because I had to, because I couldn't see everything. And if I can't see y'all and see what's happening, I don't want to miss nobody. And I want to make sure I can see everybody's what they're doing. Or some things you just can't see. You may not understand it yet because you can't see everything. You don't have a big group yet. But I want to make sure that I'm preparing you mentally. Is that okay for my partners? You guys understand that process? All right. All right. So let's get and finish this up real quick. All right. And just know when we finish today, you can go to teamunitytraining.com. Download this later on, watch everything, the videos, the 10 minutes on this one, 5 minutes on that one. It'll be quicker when we go through it, but I got to make sure that as these things are coming to my mind while I'm in training, I give it to you. All right. Now, personal development is key in what we do. All right. Personal development, write this down. Personal development, I like to say, raises your IQ. Personal development raises your IQ level. That means your I quit level. Write that down. That's something I heard a long time ago. I've been using it since that time. That means it's okay for you to use it as it's yours, as though it's yours, because I use it as though it's mine. Once somebody uses it, once you may get it from somebody for the first couple of times, you may say, well, I heard this from, after a while, it's yours, Coach Catherine. So you just make sure you say it. Listen, tell people personal development raises your IQ level. That means your I quit levels. When people have problem solving skill sets, they think differently about a challenge. Personal development will help you think differently about the challenge. Matter of fact, when you go to youtube.com and you listen to Building Your Network Marketing and Business by Jim Rohn, if you have not done it yet, make sure you make that a goal today. to do that by the time you finish, and just make it a goal every day to listen to it for a while. I know you want to get on TikTok and a bunch of other things. Make it a goal to listen to Jim Rohn. Matter of fact, one of you guys texted me a couple of days ago, I was listening to it. It was one of the leaders who already doing this stuff. It was Smith or somebody. It was like, yo, Jim, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, Jim said this, and I think Janine Durham as well. Jim said this, and I'm like, who are you talking about? She's like, because the autocorrect says something else. I'm like, who is that? She's like, Jim Rohn. I'm like, girl. So she's like, yes, because Jim Rohn, when he starts to talk, he's going to say things that you're going to be like, okay. So when people in your life start saying things to you, you're going to be like, Jim told me they're going to say that. See, sometimes people will be haters on the low and you won't know it because they may be family, friends, little things they say, little selfishy things they say that can affect you emotionally. But when somebody prepares you for it and somebody says something, you're like, yeah, he told me you would say that. Jim told me, and you'd be better prepared. Am I making sense? So make sure, guys, you start plugging into personal development today. Step 2 is going to be build a list of contacts. Now, I know this is something that most people wrestle with, but don't wrestle with it. Just do it. Just trust yourself. The list can come from your phone numbers. List can come from an old phone. A list can come from, hey, mom, what's this person's name? What's cousin Bessie's name? Hey, Mike, Jim, Jack, what was that guy's name that we did that Kirby deal with before? I need his number real quick. It can be through you getting contacts, referrals, people you forgot, all these other things, guys. You can build your list. Even on our team site, we're going to have the memory jogger, and you can download the memory jogger, and you can actually see from the memory jogger all the things that can jog your memory to help you put together your list of people. All right. So we normally say put 100 names and numbers down. The reason why is because this thing is about numbers. People may lie, but numbers don't lie. A certain amount of numbers that you invite to the call, certain amount of people that look at the information, you're going to have a certain amount of people that's going to join you. I always say 50 who choose to lose and 50 in business improves. Now, 50 people in your mindset, somebody gonna lose they're gonna lose some weight, they're gonna lose that health challenge, lose those health problems, whatever you got, those are customers. 50 people that business improves. The business improve your life, improve their life economically. So put down names and numbers. I texted one young lady yesterday and I said, as I was leaving a voice note, I said, put together your list. I said, matter of fact, put together 1,000 people. And I was just joking with, she was like, then she hit me back like 1,000. I said 100. I said, well, I was joking, but I'm not joking. I said, put down 1,000. As a matter of fact, there's a young lady who just hit 100K in 22 days. I said, because she had 1,000 people on her list. That's all that was, Nikki. Okay? I said she had 1,000 people on her list. That 1,000 people, out of 1,000 people, the numbers work themselves out that she's able to get 100,000 in volume in 22 days. Paycheck probably like 50, 30, 40, 50,000 for the month in the first 22 days. Now, if you can use something like that, if you want to compress your time, you never let your minimums be your maximums. These are just a starting point that you want to go for. Make it a goal. Don't try to prejudge, just make it a goal. Then after you do your list, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce you to your lineage or line of sponsorship and people. So all of you who have met me, welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. You have an amazing sponsor. That person who got you into the business. For the fact that you're on this call right now shows you that your sponsor cares enough about you to ensure you get proper training. Matter of fact, the system that they have you plugged into, when you go to teamunitytraining.com, that's teamunitytraining.com, download the 4 steps, write this down, or home study course. Right, write that down. I'm saying down when you go to teamunitytraining.com, it's going to give you. So you download the Dare to Dream, all right, or the home study course. All right, you're going to have a chance to watch the 4 corresponding videos that's going to help you understand what we do to help every individual launch. All right, so welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. Now, I say that because when I'm saying to you this, that's exactly what I want you to say to everybody. Every time you do a welcome call, you don't have to, I don't know what to say, just say welcome to the team and family. Make sure the person know they made the great decision getting started with the person who got you on the phone with them. From there, you make sure you edify the system that we've been able to use and say, listen, the system works. Matter of fact, our personal organization have become a 100K organization because the leadership has started off with the 4K, the 4 steps. They was able to earn amazing income, build a fast organization using the same steps. You're in the right place, right time. Welcome to the team. More importantly, welcome to the family. Make sure you do that process. Make sure that they get the phone numbers of the people who's in their lineage, because we all have a vested interest to help people succeed. This compensation plan plays multiple levels in multiple ways, and you want to work down through people, which is why I gave you all my number. If you missed it again, because you came on late, it's 910-257-4760, 910-257-4760, 910-257-4760. I don't care, just hit me up, please. Call me, text me, tell me your name, text me, put your name, where you live at, your name, what city or state you in, so I can save it in my phone. Your name, if I don't know you, if I haven't met with you yet, put your name, what city and state you're connected to, and who your sponsor is in the text, and I'm gonna save your name. You'll probably get a text back from me. There's not gonna be a generated text, it'll be an individual text. But you know why? Because I'm looking for people I can work with all month. I'm looking for people I can personally work with all month. If you want me to personally work with you and your leadership team, please text me or call me. Make sure you hit me up. Let me help you grow your business. I promise you, we're gonna plug you back into your group and your team, but I'm gonna help you guys succeed. All right. Now, after the welcome calls, we always get our calendars out. Once you get the calendar out, we start to schedule your game planning session. The game planning session is where we teach you, we talk about your goals, getting binary. G3 optimized basically means that, right, understand it, pay attention to it when I say these things, so you can learn how to say them as well. G3 optimized is basically because in the compensation plan, it says in certain ranks, you got to have at least 3 people sponsored into the business, all right? So we want to make sure we're going to work on getting you 3 or more people. Plus, in this organization, to get your ranking, you can't do it from one person, from one leg of business. I'm saying if you want to get to 1K, you can only count half of that, 500 points from one person, and the rest has to come from other people. So if you have several people going, you can have several legs that you can work towards hitting your goal at the same time. And we'll talk about those things when we go through this right here, all right, which is the game planning session. The game plan session that we already have is already in your Dare to Dream. So if you have not done this yet, make sure you go through this game planning session. Right, make sure you download it or write your goals and stuff. So when I text you and we get a chance to talk and I have a personal conversation with you guys, I want to know what your goals are, everything else. If you don't know what to complete in it, don't worry about it. When I talk to you, we'll make sure it happens this next week. If I promise you, all of you guys are going to hear from me. We're going to talk, connect, because I'm looking for people to run with all month. So make sure when you go to online, because I want to know your goals. What's important about that is this: Nikki Alexandria, as Alexandria was talking to Jenna Zwagel. And she asked Jenna, she said, how is it that you believe that you had the most success that you've had in this company in the short period of time that you've been here? She said, well, honestly, Nikki said, and we were sitting when we was evaluating the company, and Nikki was at the one end over there, Jenna's at the end of the table. She came in last second, Nikki asking a bunch of questions, and everybody looking, and I'm looking, and she was like, well, honestly, because when every person gets started, I make sure I know their goals. I make sure that I know what they want. I make sure we put together a game plan. I'm like, and then Nikki looked back at me and I'm like, we already do that. So that means we're already on the right direction to have the same results that she's having right now. Are you guys with me? All right, so make sure that you guys do the same thing. Get your game plan session together. If you haven't done it with your organization, you haven't done it with your people, please, you can do it. Again, sometimes you get together with groups of people and you can have a conversation. I may do that with some of you guys. We have a conversation with 4 or 5 at a time. We talk about our goals and talk about what your plans are, so we can know what everybody's goals are, so we can help you guys succeed. All right. So once you actually have gone through your game planning, once you actually schedule it, all you're gonna do is schedule it first. Once you schedule the game planning session, right, then we're actually going to do it. So that means when a person first joins, right, you want them to get together their list so you can do initial marketing training, and that means teaching you how to quick retail and teaching you how to contact and invite. Listen to me. We do it within the first 24 to 48 hours. This is how I got 1K done in 30 days. Because everything I do it in this time zone. Not just the words that you're reading here. I do it with purpose, expeditiously, because I understand there's a psychology behind people. Write this down. You have about 72 hours when a person joins to get them going before they quit mentally. Write that down. Don't just look, write it down. Trust me, I heard it, I understood it, and it's been standing the test of time for as long as I've been doing this. About 72 hours. The reason why is because if you don't get a person going in the first 72 hours and they start talking to people, Mr. Smith always says, you talk long, you talk wrong. If you don't get them going properly, they're gonna start talking the way they think it should be done. They're gonna mess it up, and now because they don't got enough, everybody said no to them. Now they're going to tell you, well, I told you that I told you I had 4 jobs and 3 kids before, but you also told me this was a God sent you. You also told me that this was a blessing from God when you first got, that's what you told me 3 days ago. But now because I told you to go through the system and get back with me before we start talking, you want to do it how you thought you should do it. And when you did it the way you thought you should do it, because we don't teach what works, we teach what duplicates. I know it may work for some people that they can post and one post gets them 1,000 people buying from them. Most people can't do that. When that's your strategy, I help you get that strategy together for yourself, but everybody can actually go through the session the way we teach. So make sure that you plan your game planning session in 24 to 48 hours. All right, that means as soon as we get you started, we're gonna put it on the calendar to get back together. When you get your list, we'll start training on that tomorrow. Then we're going to schedule your first 2 virtual grand openings. I like to do the first one within the first 24 to 72 hours because it creates a sense of excitement and a sense of urgency. So when people when they first get started, they want to talk. All you need to do is write this down, is learn how to contact and invite. There's nothing else that you need to learn in the very beginning. When I launched this thing in 30 days silently before we posted, I went 50K in 30 days. Many other people in this organization did something similar or close to it, because for the first 30 days, all I did was I just invited people to the call, and I let because I know this professionally, I know how to do this. So but I also know not to over talk. I just had somebody right before this call was like, hey, I want some information about that. And I didn't talk. I said, let me get you onto the calls. You can hear the information. Now, what I did, I sent them one of the calls we already did so they can watch that. When I finish with this call, the next call, I'll call them back and get them enrolled in the business. But the 4 people I sponsored over the week, the last couple of days, that's what I did. I was like, get on this call. I don't do no explaining, and we're going to schedule the call for you, and we're going to do the presentation for you. The first 24 to 48 hours. If you have not had your virtual grand opening yet, please DM me. Not just the team group call, the individual one. Make sure you text me that as well, all right, and your leadership, so we can put that on the calendar this week, right? Then I schedule 2 home parties or social media parties. We do these at the house or on social media. If we have not gone live, which many of us have not yet, let's this week, over the weekend and this week, let's start doing some social media lives. That all we do is just have a great time. We talk, converse on social media, go live together. I may ask a couple of questions. You ask some questions, and we talk about some of the products, talk about how we get things going on. Then I say either purchase a product from them right now or get into the DM and find out more information about what they have going on. And then from there, we get people to join. You know what I'm saying? But we only do that after we do the virtual launches, the private launches first. Then we do the social media launches, all right? Because that's going to be important that you follow in that plan. All right. Then after that, step 4 is going to be plugged into the system now. As you see, this is a part of the system. This is a part of the system that you're going to plug into. So when people plug it into the system, it's continuing education. All it is gives you an opportunity to know what's happening, so you don't have to try to figure it out. When you go to teamunitytraining.com, this is on the site, so you can know what we do as an organization and team, so you're never confused about the process. Just now, Nikki was asking me just now, because we used to do this training on the we first used to do it here, then I started doing it on this Facebook Live page. But then I went back to here because I want to have more time with the people personally. Somewhere along the line, we may go through here, but I like it this way so I can see each other, we can talk, and then there will be times when we may open a call up where people can have a chance to ask some questions. So I want to make sure that we still have be able to do it here for right now. So make sure that you plug your people into this call every week at 10 o'clock. All right, because you're gonna get something different from different leaders who are training on this the same way, right? Because this is the basics of your foundation. Learn the foundation and everything else is going to work. Everything else will flow as long as you know what the foundation is, all right? So when you get off this call, after the calls, guys, you can go back and watch it. You can watch the video that says number 4. I cover this in about 10 minutes. But basically self-explanatory, but it's going to tell you why we do every call, what the calls are that we do. All right. And the last thing I'm going to tell you guys, to make sure you plan a team event with your organization. If you guys got a lot of you guys locally, do me a favor. Right now, before in the call, type in the chat group, like where you guys are. Like chat. I want you to type it in where you are. If you see other people who type in the same city or the same state, like put your city and state. I want you guys to write their numbers down, all right? Get that information, and then let me know if 2 or 3 or 4 you guys are together. I'm about to start traveling, and I want to know there's several of you guys in the same city. So when I travel, we can get together on lunch, do some one-on-one coaching. We get a chance to spend some time together. So make sure you type it in there so I know where you guys are. Everybody, please. I don't care if it's a city, state, country. Let me know where you are so we can start putting things together as a team so I can help you guys. People, listen, this month is going to be a different month than last month. I'm going to be getting to a lot of you guys this month. We're going to have a lot of conversations. I want to know where you are. I'm going to come to you. We're going to spend some time. I'm going to put you on the calendar so we can put together things together in the group. So please make sure that you follow that instruction. All right. All right. Then just know when you go to Dare to Dream, guys, when you get on the team site, you're going to learn how to contact and invite. All right. You're going to learn how to go through your game planning session. You're going to know all about the quick retail script. We're going to have that on there as well. And Nikki does a training on that as well. So everything you're going to need is going to be absolutely on the Dare to Dream, guys, and on our Team Unity training platform. So I gave you guys a little bit of time. So make sure, Nikki, that you copy and paste that, or see if you can screenshot everybody where everybody's at. All you guys look for whoever's in your place, write it down. And then if you see several of you guys, please be like, yo, we over here, we over here. You guys got my number here. You got my number inside the Telegram group. So make sure that we plug in, guys, so we can put some momentum in place for this month. Am I making sense? All right, was that pretty good for you guys? All right, after we get this going, this next training call is going to give you some more details on how you guys can sell some products, do some other things. After you get on those training calls, let's get busy. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be finished, right? Understand this, guys. This weekend is an important weekend for myself, just like it should be for many other people, because I know it's a weekend and many people are going to feel it's Labor Day. It's Labor Day weekend, but I want you to let this be the weekend. In the US, we call it Labor Day for you out the country. Labor Day is a holiday, right? People have to go, people about to start, the summer's going to be done. Now people are going to go back to work and focus, and time change is going to change. It's going to get darker earlier. This is the time of the year where a lot of people start to join us in business. A lot of people start looking for this type of business. So you want to understand it. But Labor Day, let this be the weekend that you birth your business. Don't just sit on it. Don't just let it go by. That means every person that you come in, if you guys doing picnics, be like, hey cousin, hey, let me get your number. I got some things I'm working on. I'm gonna hit you up after the weekend. We'll talk about it. Just get contact numbers. You don't got to talk everything. You don't got to spend all your time trying to convince nobody about your company, your products. If you got products, sell them. If you got some time to sit down with somebody, talk about it. If they got scheduled time, but don't be trying to squeeze you. Don't try to force it on nobody, but get as many contact names, numbers, people that you can talk to, guys. And the last thing is because myself, everything that I'm doing is because of the promise that I made to my mother. All right, I made a promise to my mother that I was going to always empower the lives of my people. And I take that really serious. And I want you to make a promise to yourself, what you're going to do as well. And I got to say this so you guys understand why I moved the way I moved. Because I promised my mother the night before she passed away that I was going to always empower the lives of my people. And I took that serious. But when she died from cancer, the very next day, I was immobilized. I went into this state of, first I worked for about a month, then the company we was working through went out of business, and I went to the state of depression. For 2 years, I was depressed. 2 years, I couldn't really move. 2 years, I didn't take care of myself, or I didn't take care of my children or my brothers and sisters. My mother was like, all she wanted me to do is take care of my brothers and sisters. Even though I told her, I'm gonna promise you, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna build something big, I couldn't move. And I waited. 2 years later, I called out, Mom, I'm sorry, I promise I'm gonna get busy again. I'm gonna change life. See, I carry this, see how this is all beat up? I carry this with me all the time. This is my mom's right here on top of my affirmation card that I keep myself right here, right? See, I keep this is my affirmation that start off with this Sermon on the Mount, all right here. Seeking you shall find, knocking, but this is my mother right here, right? That was right here, second. All right, so I made the promise. And I said, Mom, I'm gonna get busy. And then after I made that promise, I started working again. Then I finally called my brother and was like, yo, bro, I'm coming to get you. He's like, I know, I've been waiting for you, brother. I've been ready to get this thing busy. He said, I've been struggling for like the last several years. I said, I know, brother, I got you. I promise I'm gonna come and get you. I got some things I'm working on now. And it was Labor Day weekend that I went with Mr. Smith, and we were gonna spend some time putting together the strategy on how we were gonna launch. And Labor Day weekend, on today's date, I got the call that my younger brother, he had drowned at the beach. My mother didn't, it was okay that she knew all the things I wanted to do in life, but she wanted me to take care of my brother and my sisters. I didn't keep that promise to her. The work that I do now is to keep my promise that if I say I'm gonna do a thing, I will do that thing that I say that I'm going to do. make sure that you make the promise. Do not regret the fact that you told your mother, your father, your children, your family that you're going to do something great and then you don't keep your word to it. Let this be the one thing that you say you're going to promise success and you're going to go for it and you're going to promise to be part of an organization, a team that you bring value to and keep your word. So guys, this is Labor Day, our Labor Day holiday, Labor Day weekend. Go out here, get busy, guys. Get on to the next training call. I love each and every one of you guys. 910-257-4760, 910+1 if you're out the country, +1 910-257-4760. That's my personal number, my WhatsApp number. Send me a message so we can start working this week and this weekend. All right, inside the chat group, guys, or in our Telegram group, you have the information for the call, the next call that starts right now. Love you guys. You guys have a great and a powerful new you. Good day, everybody. I mean, Mike say good night or good afternoon. See you guys.
Great afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Bye.